Not for recognition, but because she truly believes in making a difference. Her decision to run comes from a place of service. She doesn't seek the spotlight, but rather the opportunity to uplift voices, solve real problems, and bring people together. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pride and love that I welcome to you and introduce to you not just your member of parliament, but a compassionate leader in my mother, Viviane Lapointe. We are Canada strong, and we are Sudbury strong. I want to thank, a huge thank you to the people of Sudbury for granting me the privilege of representing you once again in Ottawa. I am ready to stand with Canada, stand with Prime Minister Mark Carney, and to build for Sudbury. Je sens du devoir envers les gens de Sudbury de m'avoir accordé le privilège de les représenter à Ottawa. Je suis aussi profondément consciente de la responsabilité qui m'a confiée. Je peux vous assurer tous que je suis prête à vous servir. It is an honor to be chosen, and it truly is a privilege to serve. But for those of you who know me, you know that for me, it's all about the work. And we have a lot of work to do. My priorities over the next years are about tapping into our unique economic and labor potential to support Canada's growth, attracting the best and the brightest to our beautiful city, making sure people have a home they can afford, and protecting all we have already accomplished to help people live healthy and dignified lives. There are so many people that I need to thank. There are so many people that I need to thank who helped make this victory possible. First, I want to thank the most incredible team of volunteers who not only signed up, but who showed up. You are the backbone of election campaigns. And whether you were making calls from the office or you were making calls from home, knocking on doors in the ice or the rain, or delivering lawn signs all across our city, you are a big part of this win tonight. And I must... I do want to acknowledge a few of our top callers who made over 1,000 calls each. That's Eddie, Trudy, Jen, and Jim. You are truly superstars. And I need to give a big shout out to my campaign team, Mike and Catherine. Your get out the vote and field turf skills were crucial to the outcome of this campaign. And I will tell you that you are a well-organized, lethal weapon duo. Jane, you truly are the calm before, during, and after the storm. To our comms and our policy team, thank you for being the absolute rock stars that you are. To our front of office team and to Bill, thanks for coming into headquarters on the daily. And to Mitul and TJ, thank you for keeping everyone very well fed during the time. To PK and the Days In staff, a sincere thank you for making our campaign office feel like home. We'll be out of your hair very shortly, I can tell you. To my constituency staff, thank you for keeping the office running smoothly. And I have to give a very special thank you to Alexandre and the Ukrainian group who lifted everyone's spirits with their ready smiles and their go-to attitude. Thank you so much. And I want to acknowledge Gary DeHame and the other long-term Liberal supporters. I will always treasure your support, your guidance, and all of your stories. Henry Gowigan, the Italian master. You truly are the Leonardo da Vinci of campaigns, and I thank you, my dear, dear friend. To my dearest Dinner with the Dames friends, Janet, Vicky, Wendy, Patricia, you steadfastly had my back throughout this campaign. We are proving that you can do politics differently, and it's a very exciting path that we are forging. So thank you so much. To my brother, my sisters, my nieces, thank you for keeping me real and for your unwavering love and support. Je vous aime. To my children, Connor and Aaron, and soon-to-be son-in-law, Austin, you are my compass. You guide my steps, my actions, and my focal points, and you inspire me to build a better future for all Canadians. So, thank you. My final acknowledgement this evening goes out to the fiercest, baddest campaign manager there ever was, Haley Managing a campaign requires skill, smarts, and determination. It also requires great intuition. You have to know when to offer a gentle word, a timely critique, and a keen observation. Managers deal with many, many elements, but most of all, they deal with the candidate. So Haley, thanks for telling me when to stand up. Also for telling me when to stand down and when to go home. Thank you for your constant, measured advice. You were the star and the captain of this team. There is no question that this is the most consequential election in Canadian history. Trump has been clear that he wants to annex us by economic force and to bring Canada to its knees. Mark Carney has one crystal clear word for him: never. Mark has a plan for Canada, and I have one for Sudbury. While our Prime Minister gets to the business of once-in-a-generation nation building to keep us strong and sovereign, I will work to ensure Sudbury is the critical nexus to that work. Thank you, un gros merci, Sudbury, for putting your confidence and your trust in me. Now let's get to it.
Test, test, test. All right, I'm good, ladies. Your reaction tonight?
Well, I'm very proud that the people of Sudbury are giving me another term to represent them in Ottawa. I take that responsibility very seriously, and I'm ready to serve.
A follow-up, we're looking at, I mean, it's early by the time we're going to be airing this, but 160 to 151, it's a slim lead for your party. What do you think the message voters were sending?
I think that there's a lot of concern. I've spent time talking to a lot of voters. There's certainly a lot of concern, and we will need to work very hard to ensure that we're addressing those concerns and the fears of Canadians. That will be the responsibility of our government moving forward.
4 years ago, you were brand new. What do you plan to do differently this time around?
Yeah, absolutely. You learn a lot. It's a big learning curve. This time I'm coming to Ottawa far more seasoned. I have sat on different committees. I've been given different portfolios. And so for me, it will be the ability to accelerate the navigating we're going to need to do. When I hear Mark Carney talk about nation building and investing in Canada, I want to make sure that Sudbury has the opportunity to be there during, we have the critical minerals that the world wants. And we want to be part of that infrastructure building as well.
At this stage, it looks like nickel belt Mark Saudet has been defeated. Your thoughts?
I'm very disappointed. Marc is an amazing MP. He works so hard for his riding. I know that he'll be disappointed in those results as well. And I'm also concerned from a Northern Ontario caucus perspective. He contributed greatly to the caucus. So I'm disappointed. But we will continue to work together. I don't know Jim Belanger, but I'll be reaching out to him and seeing how we can ensure that Nickel Belt as well as Sudbury is well represented in Ottawa.
I was going to say a lot of changes across Northern Ontario. How do you plan to work with so many Conservative colleagues?
So we've worked with our colleagues in the past. If you recall, when they were doing the boundary changes, the NDP, the Liberal, and the Conservative MPs all together signed letters, and we made appeals to the commission that was reviewing the boundary changes. That resulted in us losing a seat. But all of us across all parties worked together. We all have the very same goal in mind, which is to have a good, rich, prosperous Northern Ontario. So when you start from that same common goal, there is an ability to work together.
So the riding has changed dramatically in makeup and demographics from the one you represented before. Is that going to change your approach at all?
So for me, the changes to Sudbury, they kept me within the footprint of Greater Sudbury. So now I will be spending a lot more time in the new areas. Elections Canada will now let us go into those areas, and I look forward to learning more about the challenges specific to those regions and working to address them.
What are those challenges, do you think?
Well, I know, for example, that Walden was already part of my riding, but they have a huge housing project that they want to get improved, a seniors housing project that they're modeling the same as Coniston. So I want to work with them on that, and we'll continue to. I think also it's very important to make sure that our legions are well supported and that we have a good cross-reference with Veterans Canada. So we'll make sure.
With fewer Liberal representation this time around, what sort of role, or where do you think Northern Ontario is going to fall under the new Prime Minister's list in terms of looking out for Northern Ontario?
Yeah. Well, certainly when we see the threat of the tariffs on steel, that we know that that's going to have an impact on Sault Ste. Marie. We've already seen them make the commitment that the counter tariffs that will apply and the revenues that come from that will go towards displaced workers. So it will be very important to ensure that we work closely with our labor partners and ensuring that our workers first of all, are able to be supported through any transition, and that we're able to not only protect but help them through that transition of the jobs. Sorry.
Thank you, Viviane. Congratulations.
Okay.